My fatphobic coworker harassed me and then dared me to report her, so I got her fired. My relationship with my female coworker has always been the worst, and it's mostly thanks to her terrible attitude. I was desk partners with her when I first started and had been talking to her, just trying to be friendly, when she said, "Just to get this out of the way, I'm out of your league, so please don't get any ideas." I got really embarrassed and stopped talking. After that I thought that she would avoid me like I was a creep, but I was wrong. The next day she invaded my personal space and demanded to know how much I was being paid. According to her, even though I had been working here for 5 years already, my salary shouldn't be higher than her. I told her that her point is ridiculous, and that I'm not going to tell her how much I am being paid. But then she threatened to scream and accused me of physically assaulting her in the workplace if I didn't tell her my salary. That almost made me poop my pants. Last year, there was a huge controversy in which one of the male executives in the company lost all his fortune because he assaulted a female coworker. I didn't want to become like him, so I reluctantly told her everything she wanted to know. She was furious that I was being paid nearly double of what she was. She rushed off to her boss's office. That room is soundproof, so I don't know what they talked about, but I do know that it made her hate me even more. She would constantly make remarks about how bad I looked that day. I had actually been on a weight loss journey for 15 months by then, and had made decent progress. It's not as impressive as some of my idols, but I had managed to lose 20 kilograms and thought I was in good shape. That has done a lot of good for my mental health. But then my coworker said that I should stop wearing tight clothes because she shouldn't have to look at my body. I was so taken aback that I didn't know how to respond. That whole day I felt horrible, like what I had achieved was worth nothing. However, I did realize eventually that she was just being mean, and I shouldn't give her the satisfaction of being the one who destroyed my self-esteem. The look on her face when I walked in the next day with skin-tight clothing and a huge smile on my face was priceless. That was when the unthinkable happened. My best friend of 20 years was caught in an accident that took his life. It still hurts me to this day, so I don't want to talk about it too much. I had to take a week off from work to go to his funeral and mourn properly. When I returned, everyone could tell something was wrong and offered me their condolences. Everyone except that one female coworker. She looked for an opportunity to ambush me when I was alone. The first thing she said to me was, "Aren't you ashamed of taking such a long vacation for no reason?" I thought I had misheard and asked her what she meant. But she just continued on her own. I guess it was to be expected. You are an overweight man after all, and you will find any excuse to be lazy. On the other hand, I am a hardworking woman who gives her 100% even when she's having a bad day. Do you finally see why I need to be paid more than you? I was so dumbstruck that I stood in place with a blank face, and she just walked away with a satisfied expression. I was extremely saddened by the fact that she had absolutely no sympathy for my loss. However, I also had a moment of realization that I was letting her walk all over me. I decided to not tolerate her bullying anymore and confronted her about it. I told her that I didn't appreciate her rude behavior and she needed to back off, or else I would have no choice but to report her to HR. She literally laughed in my face, telling me to go F myself. I insisted that I was serious, and she needed to apologize to me. I thought she would be mature enough to notice the consequences of not listening to me, but I was wrong. Once again, she threatened to file a harassment lawsuit against me if I didn't leave her alone. That was the last straw. I immediately rushed to her boss's office, and told her everything. I told her how she was constantly insulting my body weight and appearance, and how I was being unfairly insulted in front of everyone.
For a second, I thought that because her boss was also a woman, she would take her side.
Thankfully though, her boss was nothing like her and was actually very understanding. I was told that they will take a week to investigate the camera footage in the office, and then make a decision based on my official statement. And voila, 1 week later she was told to leave forever right in front of me. She looked at my smiling face and absolutely lost it, accusing me of several crimes that I hadn't even heard of before this. We had to call the police to get rid of her. But I never imagined that she wasn't yet done tormenting my life.